Have you ever been stopped by someone who just couldn't believe your age? Maybe they thought you were years, or even a decade younger than you actually are. At first, it might seem like a compliment, something flattering to hear. But the truth is, looking younger than your age isn't just about luck, good genes, or even meticulous skincare. It's often a sign of something far deeper, something hidden in the way you think, the choices you make, and the resilience you carry within. Imagine someone who has faced the harshest storms life can throw: heartbreak, betrayal, financial struggles, personal loss, yet when you look at them, you'd never guess what they've been through. Their eyes still sparkle, their skin still glows, their presence still radiates vitality. What makes them seem untouched by time is not magic, it's an unbreakable spirit, a strength forged in the fire of adversity. Our minds are far more powerful than we realize. Stress, anxiety, and emotional pain don't stay confined to thoughts, they manifest in our bodies. They shape our posture, cloud our expressions, and leave marks on our skin. People who seem to defy aging aren't just lucky, they've learned how to master their emotions rather than be mastered by them. They understand a harsh truth: stress is a silent enemy, one that steals not just peace of mind but youth itself. Look closely at those who age prematurely, and a pattern emerges. They are often people who have allowed stress to dominate their lives. They replay their failures endlessly, cling to grudges, and live in a constant state of worry. This mental burden triggers higher levels of cortisol, the stress hormone responsible for wrinkles, dull skin, fatigue, and that drained feeling that seems to make years pile onto the body overnight. It doesn't just make you look older, it makes you feel older, heavier, more worn down than your years should allow. Now contrast that with those who refuse to let stress define them. Life hits them hard, and yes, they feel the blows, but they don't let the bruises linger. They rise again and again, carrying the pain lightly instead of letting it sink deep. This is a form of resilience that runs deep, a mental toughness that shields them from negativity, worry, and despair. And the remarkable part is that it shows outwardly. Their skin remains radiant, their eyes are alive with curiosity and joy, and their presence exudes energy and vitality that draws people in. If you've ever been told you look younger than your age, it's worth asking yourself why. Are you someone who moves forward even when life is difficult? Do you laugh at setbacks instead of letting them break you? Do you embrace challenges without letting them harden or weigh you down? If so, you may already be living one of the most important secrets of agelessness, youth that goes beyond appearances and lives deep in the spirit. And if you haven't yet cultivated this resilience, there is no better time than now. Because true youth doesn't come from creams, genetics, or luck. It comes from a mind and heart that refuse to be defeated, from a spirit that bends but does not break, and from a life lived fully, even in the face of challenges. That's the secret that shows not just in the mirror, but in the light in your eyes, the energy in your step, and the quiet strength that others can't help but notice. Let go of what you cannot control, because life will never stop testing you. It will throw challenges in your path, shake the ground beneath your feet, and try to wear you down. You may face heartbreak, betrayal, financial troubles, or losses you never imagined you could survive. These storms can leave marks on your body, your mind, and even your spirit. But the deepest truth is this: you are the one who decides what remains. You have the power to choose whether those struggles carve lines of bitterness into your face or carve strength into your soul. Life can bruise you, but it cannot break you unless you allow it. Think for a moment about the people you've met who seem untouched by time. They might be in their 40s, 60s, or even older, but when you stand near them, you feel something ageless. They have an energy that feels alive, a spark that lights up a room, a curiosity that reminds you of a child discovering the world for the first time. You find yourself wondering if time has simply skipped over them. Their secret isn't found in expensive creams or lucky genetics, it lies in the way they approach life. They don't fight change. They welcome it. So many people grow old not because of the years they've lived but because of the weight they carry from resisting life's natural flow. They cling to the past, refuse to step outside their comfort zones, and shut themselves off from new experiences. Their days repeat the same patterns, their minds grow rigid, and their bodies begin to reflect this heaviness. You can see it in their posture, in the stiffness of their movements, in the frown lines that seem to tell stories of regret more than joy. It is as if their refusal to bend has caused them to break slowly over time. And yet, there are others who seem to defy age itself. These people do not let years define them. Instead of saying, "I'm too old for this," they ask, "Why not give it a try?" Instead of clinging tightly to what once was, they reach out eagerly for what could be. They remain learners of life, always curious, always willing to grow and evolve. They try new things, step outside of what feels safe, and embrace the unknown not with fear but with excitement. This openness doesn't just keep their spirits alive, it keeps their minds sharp and their bodies strong. Science confirms what the eye can see: those who keep learning, who stay mentally and socially engaged, preserve healthier brains, stronger bodies, and brighter energy. Spend a little time with them and you notice it immediately. Their eyes shine with curiosity. Their voices carry enthusiasm. Their faces seem lighter, free of the weight that regret and resistance so often leave behind. They radiate a youthful glow that has little to do with age and everything to do with the way they live. Their secret is not that time has forgotten them, it is that they have remembered how to live fully. So, if you ever find yourself wondering why some people appear older than their years while others remain vibrant and alive even as the decades pass, the answer often lies in their relationship with change. Those who fight it grow rigid, tired, and heavy, while those who flow with life's twists and turns remain youthful in mind, body, and spirit. Aging, after all, is not just about the number of candles on a cake or the ticking of a clock. It is about how you choose to respond to the changes that come with time. When you resist, you wear yourself down. But when you embrace change with open arms, when you see every new chapter as an adventure waiting to be lived, you discover the real secret to youthfulness. It is not just about looking young. It is about staying alive inside, curious, resilient, and ready to grow no matter how many years you've walked this earth. That is the kind of youth that no clock can ever take away. Old long before your time, but if you embrace the unknown, stay curious, and never let yourself when the mind grows stiff, the body follows. You begin to carry a weight that others can sense, even if no words are spoken. It shows in the way you move, in the heaviness of your presence, in the dullness of your eyes. But when the mind stays open, when curiosity continues to burn like a flame that never dies, people can't help but wonder what your secret is. Think of those people who seem to glow no matter their age. They might be 40, 50, even 60, yet there is something about them, something vibrant, almost untouchable by time. Their secret is not found in creams, surgeries, or luck. It is hidden in the way they continue to wonder, to learn, to remain endlessly curious about life. Most of us are taught that youth is measured in smooth skin, strong bodies, or how many gray hairs we have. But true youth is not carried on the surface. It begins in the mind. The moment someone stops asking questions, stops learning, stops exploring, they begin to age in a way no treatment can undo. A mind that has gone dull pulls the body down with it. People who fall into the same repetitive cycles, who live without seeking, without growing, without discovering, slowly lose the spark that once made them alive. You can see it in the way they carry themselves, in their bent posture, in the way their words feel tired, as if spoken only out of habit. They exist, but they are no longer truly living. Now picture someone who never allows curiosity to die. They find joy in learning something new, whether it is a skill, a hobby, or simply a new way of thinking. They ask questions, not shallow ones, but questions that dig deep into the mystery of life. They challenge what they already believe, and they keep their minds open to what might still be discovered. These people treat life as an adventure, a journey that never stops giving, and as a result, their energy feels electric. Science only confirms what our hearts already recognize: curiosity keeps the brain alive, sharp, and strong. It slows decline, preserves memory, and even protects the body from aging as quickly. But more than that, curiosity creates a glow, a light that can be seen in the eyes and felt in the spirit. The curious carry an aura of discovery, and because they see life not as something slipping away but as something still waiting to unfold, they never seem old. If someone has ever told you that you look younger than your age, it may not be luck at all. It may be because you still allow yourself to be curious. Because you still hunger for knowledge, experiences, and growth. Youth is not about the number of years you have lived. It is about the fire inside your mind. Keep that fire alive, and time itself will struggle to catch you. But there is more to youth than curiosity. Look around and you will see people who carry the world in their faces. Their eyes are tired, their expressions tight, their energy heavy, as though every year of their life has carved itself into their spirit. Compare them to others who look lighter, more radiant, softer, even when they are the same age. The difference is not just what they eat, how they sleep, or how they dress. It is how they handle their emotions. Emotions were never meant to be buried. When sadness, anger, frustration, or even joy is locked away, it does not disappear. It sinks into the body, building tension like poison that spreads slowly but surely. Muscles tighten, stress hormones rise, energy drains. Even the skin begins to lose its softness, the face hardens, and the body feels older than it is. People who never let themselves laugh freely, cry deeply, or speak honestly may appear strong on the outside, but the cost shows in the lines on their faces and the weight in their movements. On the other hand, those who allow themselves to feel remain light. They laugh without holding back, they cry without shame, they express what lives inside them. They do not pretend to be fine when they are not, and they do not silence themselves for the sake of appearances. Their honesty with themselves and with life frees them from the tension that others carry. Their faces remain expressive, their eyes stay bright, their presence feels alive. Studies confirm this as well. Those who release their emotions carry less stress, stronger immunity, and better health overall. Cultures that embrace emotional expression often nurture people who seem more youthful, not because of miracle remedies, but because they never let emotions rot inside them. If anyone has told you that you look younger than your years, it might be because you do not carry the weight of silence. You laugh when you need to, cry when you must, and speak when your soul asks for it. And in doing so, you free not just your mind, but also your body. For the face always reflects the soul, and a soul that flows remains forever young. But the final piece lies in the energy we choose to surround ourselves with. Think of the times you entered a room and felt an invisible heaviness, as though the air itself was pulling you down. Or the moments you left someone's presence feeling drained, even if they never raised their voice. Energy is contagious, and whether we realize it or not, the people we surround ourselves with slowly carve their presence into us. Spend too long in negativity, and it begins to shape your thoughts, your mood, and even the way your body feels. But surround yourself with warmth, encouragement, laughter, and light, and that energy will lift you, brighten your spirit, and soften your years. The secrets to staying young have little to do with lotions or diets or endless battles with time. They are hidden in the way we think, the way we feel, and the company we keep. A curious mind, an open heart, and a circle of positive energy are the invisible forces that keep the soul vibrant. And when the soul is vibrant, the body cannot help but follow. Imagine two people sitting across from each other at a cafe. They're both the same age, born just months apart, but when you look at them, you'd swear there's a decade of difference. The first man sits with a heaviness you can almost feel. His shoulders are bent, his jaw is tight, and his eyes carry a faraway look as if he's somewhere lost in yesterday. He speaks slowly, not because he's calm, but because his mind keeps circling back to things that cannot be undone. He tells stories of mistakes he made years ago, betrayals he still can't forgive, and dreams that slipped away. Every word drags behind it a weight of regret. You can see it in his face, deep lines carved by years of replaying old pain, skin that looks tired, and a posture that seems burdened by something invisible. It isn't age alone that has done this to him, it's the weight of the past that he refuses to set down. Now across the table, his old friend tells her own stories. She, too, has lived through losses, heartbreaks, and failures. But when she speaks, her voice carries warmth, not bitterness. Her eyes shine, alive with a kind of childlike light. She laughs easily, not because life has spared her, but because she no longer lets the storms of yesterday rule her today. She doesn't deny what she's been through, she acknowledges it, honors it even. But she has let it pass, the way storms always do. She says, yes, I've been broken, but I've also healed. The past taught me, but it doesn't own me. And as you listen, you notice how her face, though touched by time, seems softer, freer, and far younger than her years. The difference between these two is striking. One has become a prisoner of memory, dragging the chains of resentment and regret everywhere he goes. The other has chosen release. She forgives, she lets go, and because of that, she moves through life lighter. And the lightness shows, it glows in her skin, in her movements, in the spark of her presence. It's not makeup, not luck, not perfect genes. It's the choice to stop carrying what no longer serves her. The truth is that the past is heavier than most people realize. Regret, guilt, and resentment don't just sit quietly in the mind, they spill into the body. Stress rises, muscles tighten, sleep is restless, and slowly the years carve themselves deeper than they should. You can see it on faces that have carried anger too long, in eyes that have replayed sadness too many times, in bodies that hold on to pain as if it were part of them. And you can also see the opposite in those who have chosen to let go. Their presence feels lighter, their smiles come easier, and time seems kinder to them. Science may explain it with stress hormones and chemical imbalances, but you don't need research to recognize it. You can feel it simply by being near them. It is a choice, whether conscious or not, to keep carrying what has already passed, or to release it so that you can live fully in the present. One path leads to heaviness, the kind that makes you look and feel older than you are. The other leads to freedom, the kind that keeps the spirit young and the body alive. And when you see these two paths side by side, the friend weighed down by memories and the friend glowing with light, you realize youth isn't just about years or skin or bodies. It's about what you choose to carry, and what you choose to set free. There are people you meet who, after only a few minutes, leave you feeling completely drained. It's not because of what they said, but because energy itself is contagious. When you're surrounded by negativity, constant complaining, criticizing, or pessimism, it doesn't just weigh on your mind. It seeps into your body, raising your stress, tightening your muscles, and slowly wearing you down. Over time, it shows. You see it in tired eyes, deep lines of tension, and a heaviness in their presence that makes them seem older than their years. But there are others who defy age, who carry a radiance that feels alive no matter how old they are. Their secret isn't found in expensive creams or perfect genes. It's in who they choose to be around. They protect their energy, surrounding themselves with people who uplift, inspire, and bring joy instead of draining it. They understand that negativity is a slow poison, and they refuse to let it infect their lives. Science confirms what we feel instinctively: positive connections lower stress hormones, strengthen the body, and even slow the aging process at a cellular level. Laughter, joy, and meaningful conversation don't just make life more enjoyable, they keep us physically younger. The same truth reveals itself when you look at people who live with passion and purpose. Some move through life as though it were a burden, their eyes dulled, their posture slumped, their faces showing fatigue. It's as if they've given up, merely waiting for time to pass. But then there are those whose presence feels electric. Their eyes shine when they talk about their dreams. Their energy fills the room. What sets them apart is not youth itself, but passion. They have something to wake up for, something that excites them and drives them forward. That fire doesn't just fuel their soul, it reflects outward in how they look, how they move, and how alive they seem. Studies even show that a sense of purpose lowers stress, reduces inflammation, and extends lifespan. The body and mind thrive when the spirit is engaged. Those who live with passion don't just survive the years, they glow through them. And then there is the weight of the past, perhaps the heaviest burden of all. You can see it in the faces of those who cannot let go. Their eyes look far away, trapped in old regrets, mistakes, or betrayals. Bitterness hardens their features, and the heaviness of unresolved pain clings to their bodies. Stress hormones rise when the mind replays what cannot be changed, and the body suffers. That's why some people always look younger than their age. It's not just in their skin or their posture, it's in their energy. They choose positivity over poison, passion over emptiness, and freedom over regret. Their youth isn't simply measured in years but in how alive they feel and how lightly they move through life. The glow they carry is not an accident. It's the result of choosing joy, choosing meaning, and choosing to let go. If you've ever been told you look younger than your age, maybe it isn't luck. Maybe it's a sign that you've created a life filled with the kind of energy that nourishes you instead of draining you. And if you haven't, it's never too late to start. The moment you decide to let go of the people, the habits, and the memories that weigh you down, you'll feel something extraordinary, lighter, freer, more alive. Youth, after all, isn't just about time. It's about energy, and energy is something you have the power to shape every single day.